Welcome to another edition of Smalltalk for You. One of the things that Smalltalk allows you to do is refactor code fairly straightforwardly. One of the things I might want to do is rename this method. So down here on the menu there's a rename option. The difficulty is not with this one. Should do thing is probably pretty rare. But let's say that I named it something that is common across lots of the VA system. If I do a rename, it's going to want to rename every single sender and implementer and thus open up a bunch of applications and configuration maps which I probably don't want opened. And I probably just don't want to change that system code regardless of the NV consequences. So how do I do that? Well, it turns out that if you bring in the Mastering NV Developers tools that I showed you last time, one of the things that gets added to the Tools menu is Rewrite Tool. So in addition to the small int which we looked at, the Rewrite Tool. Let's bring this guy up here. And what you can do, if you want to selectively do, not a rename of this method, but you want to refactor it. So I want to change this from should do nil thing is nil, if true or false, to if nil, if not nil. Kind of a thing that I can't easily do from a menu pick. What I can do is go up here and put in a rule. And what this is, backtick at says I want to match maybe nil, meaning some block of code is nil, if true. And I want to replace that with, and I'm going to just paste the same thing in, maybe nil, and I'm going to replace this whole construct here with, if I can spell it, if nil, and then over here, if not nil. So I want to replace this kind of construct, if true or false, with if nil, if not nil. And what I'm going to do is I have to do some options here. Search in, so where do I want to look? I want to limit my thing to just the piece of code I'm in here. So let's go down and find the Rewrite Example app. Just scroll up a bit to it. There it is. And I want to select this class here. So I want to make sure I add just that one class and then the methods in here. So I'm going to look for just this one class in this one application in really this one protocol category and say OK. Now I'm going to replace using my pattern, and you notice what it did. It changed it to, it's going to change it, it's proposing at the moment, if nil, if not nil. So it looks like it's OK. And now what I can do is right click here and say execute, or execute all if I had more than one. So I'll say execute. And now it's noticing that I haven't opened this edition, so I'm going to go ahead and create a scratch. But I can move this aside. You notice this is in bang format, so this is really a piece of code that's going to file in. But if I move this out of the way, and I now go over to my browser, you can see that it's red, and it has in fact changed it to if nil, if not nil. So I can selectively pick things in the system that I would like to rewrite, put my rewrite tool, and let's go back to that tool. So here it is. Put in my match tool up here, and the thing I want to change it to down here. And again, you should probably take a look at the wiki over here at the Camp Smalltalk wiki for some help on this. And I intend to cover some screencasts to do this because some of these things are not at all obvious, and I'm going to put the code on the website. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.